We are in veg week 4 on the girls. You can see we got everything pretty much even in the canopy. So all we've been doing, we dropped the scrog screen last week, and we're going to take these branches here, pull them underneath of the next string, and that's going to bend it down, and that's going to create even canopy. So we're getting ready for flower right now. So we want to get underneath this canopy and lollipop this. What that means is kind of pull everything off below the scrog screen. That's why I like to hang it low, and then you can defoliate everything off there. So let's go ahead and pull everything off underneath. Now you can see we lollipopped it, and you can see it all the way through. We took everything off that's below the scrog screen. That's going to allow all of these top nodes to get more energy, more nutrition, more water. So that's all we're doing right now. You can come in here and defoliate if you want. This big leaf, you could pull this off here, but you don't have to do a bunch of defoliation because these fan leaves are your solar panels. So you can defoliate as much as you want as long as the plant is healthy, or you can leave it alone and you're still going to get amazing results. So if you're trying to get a hands-off gardening, we're just going to leave this alone, and you can see it's almost 100% filled out the scrog screen. So I think in the next week we are going to flip this to flower. Looking beautiful. This is the Luna All Day Moon Diesel. So let's go ahead and check out this 4x4, and we're going to go ahead and drop the screen on it. All right, Vivo Sun 4x4. You can see we got the side canopy lighting on. I think that's just a good idea to get it started as soon as you can, because right now in veg, you're trying to get these lower nodes to pop up to the top so you can bend them down and train them to get an even canopy. So right now we're ready to drop the screen on there. And we're going to do something a little different from the last one. We dropped the screen and then lollipop. We're going to go ahead and pull off all this lower stuff and then drop the screen. All right, so we lollipopped everything. So I didn't have a screen here, and that's what I want to show you guys is if you don't have a scrog screen on here, create an imaginary line, the lower nodes, and pull those off of here. So now we have everything up here that's at the top of the canopy. So now we'll drop that scrog screen, bend it over, tuck it, and then you'll see what it looks like after we start training, and that's going to spread everything out in here, and one plant will get you a massive yield. We dropped our hanging scrog. Go check out our last episode on how we built these scrogs, just some PVC, mason twine, and some drywall screws. So now you'll be able to take this and bend it underneath of the string here and pull it up above, and we're going to slowly stretch this out. I don't know if we'll be able to fill this whole screen because it is a 25-gallon pot, and you don't want to totally overgrow your pot unless you're going to do some serious top dressing. But this is going to allow us to get away from these bud clips here. So now you have the string instead of the bud clips, so you can just tuck and weave as you see fit. And that's all we're doing, Gromies, is training. That's what's great about living soil, is once you get the beds re-amended, all you're doing now is training and watering, and we're going to get amazing yields off of one plant. You can see that the lower canopy's cleaned up. We can probably release this tie down now and just use the screen to train it. So now let's go check out the giant 8x8. All right, welcome to the 8x8. We're in week 4 veg in all of our tents and keeping around the same parameters. So 78, 80 degrees, 68 to 70% humidity, that 0.8 to 1.0 VPD. We got about 500 ppfd on the girls right now, and we'll slowly creep that up as veg goes on. You can see right here, these are lush and killing it right now. Compared to everything in here, they're a lot bigger. Now, this could be because this is the new take and bake soil, but it also could be genetic. So I'm kind of in a tough spot deciding whether it's user error, what we need to do. So next time we're going to do a soil test and check our pH, check our nutrition and salt levels, and make sure it's not a personal error and it's not just genetics. But these are looking beautiful. We're going to drop the scrog screen on there. We have over here, this is the hypospecies Miles bed, so that predator mite that attacked our roots, and you can see that they are very deficient and they're starting to have some issues. But we corrected that with the essential oils and the pyganic, so I think they're starting to bounce back. And we also noticed that there were a lot more population in this spot compared to over here, and you can see the difference in growth. We still have some burnt tips here. That could be from watering, but also from the predator mites. So we're adding a little bit more water to this bed. We use an EcoWit soil moisture sensor, and we're about 33%. We want to get those numbers up close to 40% to make sure we got great water in here. And if you're not absolutely sure and you don't have an EcoWit, dig a couple inches down in the soil and feel your soil, and you could see that we have decent moisture in here, but it's also a little dry, so we could add a little bit more. So we're going to hope these bounce back with that pyganic and essential oils. When you're spraying essential oils, you can see we got burnt tips here. Make sure you do it right before lights off. That way you're not splashing up and burning the plants like we did here. But we're hoping this bounces back. We're also turning on the Autopot USA system here. These are big enough now, and we got enough roots in the soil that I believe we are able to turn on the system, and it's a bottom wicking system. So we will turn the reservoir on like we just did, and there's an aqua valve in here. You see it's dry, but this will fill up with water, and the aqua valve will push it to the capillary mats and the wicking mats, and the roots will slowly wick this up, and then we can top dress and see what we need to do as the grow goes on. Go check out our latest Autopot Tray2Grow episode talking about ferments, talking about worm casting, compost teas, stuff like that, to make sure you're getting top watering in here with the bottom watering. We got the Copycat Genetics here looking good. You can see we got the side lighting on. I think side lighting is going to be great to get started as soon as possible. A lot of people like to wait, but we're trying to get these nodes to stretch up and get full and healthy before we flip the flower. That way, when they start stretching, they're going to stretch evenly, especially with a Scrog screen on here. So they grew out of their funky growth, but it's looking really good. This is the bed we had the pill bugs issues in. We don't have the pill bugs in there, but I think we're still high in salts and we need to water more. So we're going to get that eco wet sensor up into 45-50% and flush those nutrients out and see how she goes. And right here, looking beautiful. Look at all the tops from bending and training in here. We got some grasses going on in here. So let's go ahead and drop this Scrog screen. Drop the Scrog screen here, and you can see the difference from a hanging Scrog like we did. You could raise and lower this to start training now. These fit right into the PVC. We could cut these a little bit shorter, but that's why I like hanging Scrogs. You could start training now, and these are kind of stationary. I'm not sure if we're going to cut these. We may, just to see how fast these grow and get them training as early as possible, and that's the key here. And you can see we have amazing canopy coverage in here, so if we could start training them now would be better, and that's going to be the best case. Like we talked about, training as early as you can. Get away from the bud clips so you're not individually clipping everything. You're just bending them under the screen. But everything's looking really good in here, Gromies. I'm loving this. We got some issues in here, but I like having issues. I shouldn't say I like having issues, but it's nice to know and learn and grow together. That's what this community is about, is growing, sharing our information from each other, sharing genetics, sharing that fire. So everything's looking really good. Let's go over here and check out these veggies. Welcome to the 3x3 SpiderFarmer tent with the veggies in it. You can see we got these banana peppers completely trained up because we're still trying to keep even canopy, even without the medicinal plant. When you're growing indoors and you got a flat canopy and limited nutrition, you want to keep this canopy as flat as you can. So we use these bud clips to train this down. You can see right here, we pulled off the fruiting banana peppers. We've been learning from the Gromies. I love when you guys comment because that helps me learn. I love learning with you guys, and I'm never shy to learning. So a homie told us we need to pull the fruiting banana peppers because we want to make sure that the structure and the durability of the plant is able to sustain the weight of a banana pepper. So if this grew banana pepper, it's going to want to weight down and grow in the dirt. So we want to make sure the structure is good and the stems are getting real healthy and strong. So that's all we're doing right now, is pulling off some of the flowering. I think what we're going to do is leave them alone now. I think they're ready to sustain some weight. You can see right here we have a banana pepper starting to grow, and I think that these are going to be able to hold a little bit of weight, especially with the training and the flat canopy. So this is the banana pepper and the jalapeno, and then we got the calathea here. We're going to up pot to a 1 gallon pot here soon, maybe get some more nutrition and growing a little bit faster. So I really appreciate you guys for coming by. We got some exciting news. We're going to be running Homegrow TV's Genetics in here. Every bed's going to be Homegrown Genetics TV. Go check out poppinfire.com. They got amazing genetics. Homegrow TV has been everywhere, Colombia, I mean, all over the world, to bring us amazing genetics, and they've been taking their time to breed them. So I'm excited to get those in here. We'll release the names as we go on, but this whole 8x8 is going to be Homegrow TV. Huge shout out to Hi again for hooking the boy up. Great community. And that's what I love about this is the community and growing together. So we're going to be flipping the flower soon on this girl. We just dropped the Scrog screen on a couple. So we'll keep training, get them a little bit bigger, and then flip the flower. So appreciate you guys for coming by. What a great episode. What a great crew we got going on here on YouTube. I appreciate all of you, all 20K of you. It's been such a ride with you guys, and I love learning and growing with you. So much love, Gromies. Until next episode, I hope you have a great night.